Hello everyone, I welcome you all to the new series that we have started with AIMS new pattern. As you are all aware that AIMS has given some new pattern for the questions, as Sumer sir has explained about the new pattern. So there will be some questions which will be asked in different pattern, which are different from the pattern which was earlier. So we have been giving this series like different questions are being given to you people in different format. Now we are going to continue in that sequence. So this question is about the matching type, the match the column A with B. So we have been given this side column A where parasympathetic ganglia are written, this side column B where preganglionic parasympathetic nerves are written, and we have been given the choices, that is 1 2 4. These are the names of the ganglia, the parasympathetic ganglia of head and neck part. And here we can see the choices are the nerves which can carry the preganglionic parasympathetic, that we have these choices are there, and we have to see in the options how to mark the A choice. And like we can see the 1 with A, 2 with E, 3 with G, and 4 with D. So these are different matches, different combinations, and we have to choose which one is correct, how these choices of column A are to be matched with the column B choices. To understand this question, let us understand about the parasympathetic ganglia and their connections. Now if we start here with the parasympathetic ganglia, what are the parasympathetic ganglia? We can see here is this part here. This is the ciliary ganglion here, ciliary ganglia, and this part is the pterygoid plate. This is the maxilla part and the palatine part. So this fossa which we are looking is the pterygopalatine fossa. It contains the ganglion. The ganglion is present here is pterygopalatine ganglia, and this part here is the submandibular ganglion, and this part the ganglion which is related to the mandibular nerve is otic ganglion. So these are the ganglion that were given as choices in column A. Now we have to understand their connections. Let us discuss about their connections. So the nerves which are basically carrying the parasympathetic, as we know, 3rd, 7th, 9th and 10th are the nerve which carry the preganglionic parasympathetic fiber for them. And let us see the detail here. If we look at the trigeminal nerve, this trigeminal nerve, what is the beauty of the nerve? It is topographical for all the ganglia and functional for none. Means one of the branch of trigeminal will be holding the ganglia, but preganglionic parasympathetic fiber will be delivered by none. Now let us see this part. The ciliary ganglion is held by the nasociliary nerve, which is a branch of the ophthalmic here. So this nasociliary nerve is the one who is holding, so it will be you see the topographical nerve. And if you look at the maxillary division here, it is holding the pterygopalatine, so it will be topographical for pterygopalatine ganglion. But today's question is dealing with the preganglionic parasympathetic part, that is the functional part of the parasympathetic ganglion. Now let us see this part here. Along with the 7th nerve, these fibers are coming, that is greater superficial petrosal nerve. These are the preganglionic parasympathetic fiber, and we can see here this is the artery, internal carotid artery. Along the artery we have the sympathetic fibers which are nothing but deep petrosal nerve. So greater petrosal nerve is preganglionic parasympathetic, whereas deep petrosal nerve is sympathetic. Both these fibers are passing through the canal. What is this canal? Look at the plate. This is pterygoid plate, this is pterygoid canal, and they are approaching in which fossa? Pterygopalatine fossa. Pterygopalatine fossa, which ganglion is present? Pterygopalatine ganglion. So basically, which nerve is carrying the preganglionic parasympathetic for the pterygopalatine ganglion? Answer will be greater petrosal nerve. And then finally, the postganglionic will be distributed into the nasal, palatine part, and of course to the lacrimal nerve, to the lacrimal gland. Next part is, if we look at this diagram, that this is the otic ganglion present here, okay, and the lesser petrosal fibers are bringing ganglionic ganglion, and we can see these fibers having two, nothing auriculotemporal nerve, which is a branch of the mandibular nerve. This will carry the postganglionic fiber. So what is bringing, which nerve is bringing the preganglionic fiber is nothing but the lesser petrosal nerve. So otic ganglion is receiving the preganglionic fiber from lesser petrosal nerve. Let's look at the ciliary ganglion. Now the ciliary ganglion receives the fiber which begins from the Edinger-Westphal nucleus, travel with the third nerve. Finally, they continue going with the nerve to inferior oblique. These are the preganglionic parasympathetic fiber which will relay in the ciliary ganglion, and after it is relayed in the ciliary ganglion, the fibers will be delivered to the sphincter pupillae and the ciliaris muscle. And of course we have the sympathetic fibers which are coming as a like plexus around the internal carotid artery, and there are some other fibers which also passing through the ganglion. But we have learned that the ciliary ganglion, which nerve is bringing the preganglionic fiber, is nothing but the nerve to inferior oblique, right? Now let us look at the last ganglion. Here we can see the submandibular ganglion is present here, which is held by the lingual nerve. The lingual nerve is supporting the submandibular ganglion, but who is bringing the preganglionic fibers is this nerve, chorda tympani, which is nothing but the branch of seventh nerve, right? So chorda tympani is the one who is bringing the preganglionic parasympathetic fibers for submandibular ganglion. So now that we have learned the preganglionic fibers for all the ganglion, let us look at the question again. So now try to match. If we look at the choice one here, pterygopalatal ganglion, what should be our answer? Greater petrosal nerve, that is B. Second, the otic ganglion, otic ganglion receives the fiber from lesser petrosal nerve, that is choice A. Then the third is submandibular ganglion, it receives the fibers, submandibular ganglion receives the fiber from this chorda tympani, that is E choice. Then we have the ciliary ganglion that receives the fibers from nerve to inferior oblique. So the answer, now we have to see the answer in these options. We can see that choice B, that matches our answer is choice B. Why? Because the set that we have arranged, that we have matched between column A and column B, matches the choice B here. So the answer to this question will be choice B, right? Now guys, don't get panic about the new pattern. Although this new pattern has come in the AIIMS, it is in a way it's a good move from the AIIMS people, right? And do not get panic. And what Sumer sir has advised and what he has explained, and we at DAMS, the whole DAMS faculty is dedicated, and we will be with you. We will be bringing all set of questions, whatever the pattern may be, right? So best wishes. Thank you.